Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Charlie, and today I will be talking about Demi Lovato's latest album, Dancing with the Devil: The Art of Starting Over. If you wanted to listen to me talk about it on my podcast, you can go ahead. The link is in the description below. But if you want to look at me while I speak, then we shall continue. So the overall, my overall thoughts on it is that, damn, what a powerful album. I haven't really been a fan of Demi Lovato, her career, or music, like ever. I think I enjoyed some of her songs from her, I think 2017 album. I don't even know what it's called, or if it was released in 2017. Like Stone Cold, and other music. Of course, Sorry Not Sorry is a huge one. Sober is also a very good one. And of course, she has dealt with some issues in her life that I don't want to mention verbatim because, well, yeah. Um, and this happened in 2018, and 2 years and a half later, she releases this album, and like only today, it was only today that I realized that she had released an album. I was just scrolling through my. I have a separate YouTube account for just music to follow music. So I follow all the music artists that I like or that I'm interested in listening to more songs of, more music of, and I hadn't opened that YouTube account for a while now. So I did that today and realized like there's a lot of Demi Lovato songs that went and checked that she had indeed released a new album, and immediately I was interested because, of course, I knew what had happened to her in 2018, which was so tragic and just heartbreaking. At least for me, because I cannot picture it. I've had some people close to me like deal with similar stuff, but not to that extent. So, like personally, I cannot relate. But I think what the album does so well is that it shares this healing process that I think all of us can relate to, at least in some level. And the overall like body of work that this album is so raw and vulnerable and honest. There was not one song where I felt like been she had drifted into commercial music. I think every song has something true to herself, to what she advocates for, to what she has become, and it was just a really beautiful album. I wasn't expecting it. I listened to a couple of songs earlier today, and like 3 and 4 songs in, I was like, "Whoa, this album is a full, yeah, like body of work that has an overall message and a story to tell. It's not just an album for the sake of an album." Um, and then actually, I watched her YouTube original docu series. It has 4 episodes in total. It's like 88 minutes. I watched it in twice the speed because I don't know. I just do most of the videos on YouTube. I watch like 1.5, 1.75, sometimes twice the speed, and yeah, just listening to her story. I even watched her 2017 documentary or docu series, Simply Complicated, when it was released, or like a year after it was released. I think it was on. It was either on Netflix or on YouTube as well, and I don't know why I wanted to check it out. But I'm always interested in what is happening in the life of a celebrity, a musician, an actor. I'm always very curious about that because nobody's perfect, and sometimes society wants us to look at these people and put them on a pedestal and think they're gods and everything is working fine with them and they're living their best lives and they're they're okay, they're fine, they're all right, they're doing completely fine, and that's just simply not the truth in most cases. So I'm really like invested in these types of documentary stories about people, about their struggles in life, because I think we can all relate to struggling, especially in this last in the last year and yeah year. It's gonna be a year and a half and maybe 2 years. Hopefully not. Um, I think we've all been going through a very struggling moment. We've all have had our own difficulties, and from what I learned from the documentary is that she has actually used the quarantine for self-healing, self-discovery, which I think was really important to her and to everybody who has been, yeah, discovering themselves, what they are, their values are, what they want to do in their life, to be in their lives. And yeah, like I said, overall this album is fantastic. I wasn't really expecting me to do a video on it, but I just had to. After listening to it and after watching the docu-series, I just had to. And yeah, there were a couple of songs, like I picked some. There were like, there's two versions of the album, the normal one and the deluxe one, Portuguese. The deluxe one, which has like 23 tracks. Two of them, I believe, are like live acoustic versions of some of the songs, and an extra one, because the normal album, like, I think it's 19 songs total or 18 songs total. Either way, it's a big album. It's 55 minutes in length. And some of the songs that I really enjoyed were Easy, featuring Noah Cyrus, who I really like as an artist. Lonely People, Carefully, Good Place, I See You, which is also called Madison's Lullaby. Lullaby with an E, so Lullaby, which I thought it was really interesting. Anyone, of course, I think that was a first released song from the album, the song that she came back from that healing period of her life, like she came back with that song. Her collab with Sam Fisher, what other people say, I think that was the song because it was released like a month or 2 months, 3 months, I don't know, time is flying right now, ago, and I listened to it, and obviously she was singing the song with Sam Fisher, and just the message of it was really powerful, and I thought, wow, like Demi is doing some really great music right now, and I think that was one of the reasons why I was so interested in listening to this album. The video broke because I'm using my iPhone, and sometimes that happens. I need a new phone or a new camera, but it's too expensive for me right now, as I was saying. And of course, we have the two songs that have inspired the name of the album, which is Dancing with the Devil and The Art of Starting Over. And they're just so personal, honestly. Especially Dancing with the Devil, it deals with that tragedy that she went through, whereas The Art of Starting Over deals with the healing process that has followed that. So, wow. Honestly, I'm left with just wow. What an album. There are other like 10, 12 songs. They're also good, but these were my favorites. I cannot pick one favorite, like the top one right now, because they're also personal to Demi. And of course I relate to some of them a bit more, but yeah. Like, I have to congratulate Demi. I have to say that even though I haven't followed her career up until now, like I might do it after this album was released, after this day, because I was really surprised at how good the album is. I think every album that deals with not the artist but the person behind the artist, like who they are, what they value, what they've been struggling with, and this is this is Demi at her most vulnerable, honestly. It's a deeply honest, raw, and vulnerable and powerful album, like a body of work that really might be the highlight of her life. And I think, like she said in the docu series, she hasn't, like, these 2 years have impacted the most out of her entire life. And I think it was really clear, not only from the docu series but from the album itself. It really spoke to that personal growth that she went through, and achieving that peace of mind, achieving that place where you're feeling happy with yourself is really important. And she advocates for that, like, since like 4 or 5 years ago, but only now, after what she went through, she really feels, like she says, she doesn't feel like an hypocrite doing that, because she's now living her best life, being herself. And yeah, this album is that. It is that. It's really good. If I had to rate it, I would give it an A or an A minus. The video cut off again. I apologize for this, guys. But like I was said, it's really an album that shares with us a piece of life, a piece of Demi's life, of what these past few years have been to her, of what they have changed about her life, her perspective on life. And that's why I really enjoyed it, and that's why I really wanted to talk about it. So I have, and I hope you have enjoyed this little video on Demi Lovato's latest album, Dancing with the Devil, The Art of Starting Over, which is really good. I recommend you listening to it if you haven't. Drop me a message in the comment section telling me your favorite song from this album, or from Demi Lovato in general. I'd love to hear more about that. If you enjoyed this video, even though it had some unfortunate cuts in it, consider subscribing. It would really help me out, and it would make me happy. And this has been just one more opinion. I have been Charlie, and you have been awesome. Take care and goodbye.